Okay, so for some reason, it just takes an incredible amount of time to upload a 15-minute video of me talking. But anyways, that's why I haven't cranked these out the way I wanted to. But so now I'm going to talk about something. It may be a little bit out of order. It may even seem like it has nothing to do with anything that's going on. But let me just see if I can prove that it's actually relevant. Okay, so all this is going on with me, right? I'm showing y'all that, look, all these cigarette smoking commercials, smoking is bad, blah, blah, blah. That's just bullshit. Okay, that's not, they just do that to get you to not consider McDonald's and, cereal and other stuff that these outer beings control, fast food. They're trying to shift the blame on that. When you walk around and you see all these hideous, disgusting excuses for human beings, you're going to think that, oh, it's the smoking that's making them ugly. Look, smoking tobacco is a cornerstone of what created this country. People going on the Oregon Trail and pushing out to the great unknown, and it was, as important as coffee, pretty much. Okay? So I don't want to hear anything about no cigarettes being evil anymore on the, from the media. Because the amount of damage that fast food and, cereal and candy, the amount of damage that does is so much greater than tobacco. But anyways, look. So all that was getting exposed on here. I'm going for their throat. All this insanity, like, yo, if somebody has like a kid who's like who is schizophrenic or whatever, and they really truly believe that what I'm saying on these videos, I mean, do you know how deep of a grudge they're going to have? Do you know how much of a spirit of vengeance against these creatures they could have? Just one person, okay? And so this is all getting very dangerous for these outer beings. Not to mention, I know where your manifestation is, and, it may not seem like that really matters, but trust me, it does to them. If I didn't know where their manifestation was, it'd be one thing. So, because, that's I don't know, I don't even want to talk about why that would be bad. But yeah, so I'm doing all that, right? I'm exposing them at the highest levels. And not only that, but this is information that could get out. Okay, it could. Those videos started, I noticed they started picking up some traction. The outer beings, connecting the outer being thing with mental disorders, OCD being Haster, and so on and so forth. Well, so that started to get too close. Okay, now I'm saying this is something that doesn't really have to do with this, but you'll see, maybe it does. So, something else that's been going on is Cat Williams has exposed Hollywood, has called out a lot of people, called out the whole cult thing. I haven't even really watched it. I'm not even really a big Cat Williams fan up until now, and I'll tell you the main reason why. Okay, The main reason why is, well, that's my avatar. And you'll notice if you know my humor and the way I talk sometimes, he will do it too. You'll notice it, okay? When I talk like this, and I'm doing that, and I'm saying it's going this way, even like that. That's we both do that voice. So I know that's my avatar. He is an avatar, obviously, of Archangel Michael. Okay? Now, something that's been going on. Now, what's happened is when you cast something to the side, it's the cornerstone thing in the Bible. The stone that's cast aside inevitably ends up becoming a cornerstone. For instance, the Lord Jesus, it was a small cult built on martyrdom. And now it's, Christianity is what it is. But there was a time when it was very not like cool and popular at all. So this stone being cast aside becoming the cornerstone. So this stuff on YouTube is taking over sports media. Okay, even though a lot of it is ignorant, young, whatever, fill in the blank men talking about it, it doesn't matter, okay? And so somebody who's famous, who's kind of in that realm of sports talk, is Shannon Sharpe. Okay, now Shannon Sharpe, there's something else. I got to talk about another video too, or something else too, that kind of goes along with this as well. We'll get into that. I'm trying to segue into that because that's really something I would just like to talk about. I don't care. I don't have anybody to talk to about this with, so I'll just put it out there on the internet, and hopefully that'll help. I don't know. But anyways, so Cat Williams, he's so smart. And he's such a good little avatar. And see, y'all want to keep me down. Y'all want to play cheap with me. And do all you can against me. Well, here comes my avatar stepping up. Okay. And he's doing some shit that he couldn't have done. He wouldn't have had the power to do if I hadn't wounded Hollywood already. Now, he's using Shannon Sharpe. Obviously, we all know Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay. We know he's a closet homosexual. Okay? But a lot of closet homosexuals and homosexuals aren't in on the real scheme, aren't really trying to really see the downfall of man. Even though Shannon Sharpe is an avatar of the demon Sabnok, okay, who's Abby Sekra, you want to look her up, she's not that evil, but yeah, so he uses him, and he ends up getting 60 million views. You see this, there's this springing up of, I'm saying this, you cast everything to the side. They have ESPN, sports media, and supposedly you would think that's the cornerstone. You would think that's what it's all revolving around, ESPN and what they're doing there. No, they're taking shit from on YouTube. Okay, so and the NBA is full of evil. I don't even want to get into it that much. The NBA is just very evil, and a lot of these guys call this stuff out because they're not in on it either. You see, there's really becoming a division, even amongst the ranks of on the dark side of people who are in on the thing and people who aren't. Okay? They don't even call them Illuminati anymore. They just call them ops. And it's becoming very clear who's who. And you have somebody like Shannon Sharpe who could easily be called, an alphabet boy or one of them, but he's not. Okay, and this demon that he's an avatar of deep down isn't truly evil. Yeah, he may be fruity. He may be, acting like he's heterosexual, but we all know this dude is homo. And so my avatar uses him to get 60 million views on a video where he's exposing Hollywood. Y'all can play these games with me if you want to. The damage is done. This dude would have never gotten away with this shit. This shit never would have happened if I hadn't dealt them such a devastating blow and they can't even barely defend themselves. So now my avatar can step up and fuck you up when y'all want to fuck me up on my channel. Yeah, look at the timing of all that. Very interesting that he pops up and he starts putting in work. So now I can go on the... Oh, and here's somebody else I want to talk about. It's Carcino for Life on YouTube. Carcino is his name for life. Life being his sibling, his sister, if you will, because he's death. He's an avatar of death who's Osiris, who is, it's God's brother. Death is God's brother. Life is God's sibling. You can say brother or sister. And so we all know Death is H.P. Lovecraft, and Death is stalking the outer beings. The outer beings are heavily involved in this evil in sports, in trying to turn somebody who sucks at basketball, doesn't have ball handling skills, can't shoot the ball, and calling him the greatest of all time. Okay, that's what they want you to do, to think some shitty... They want you to think that a polished turd is the greatest meal of all time. Okay, that McDonald's is better than a 10-course French fucking whatever cuisine banquet. Okay? So they want you to think that this guy is good because this is how they work. And I have to make a video about this as well, okay? How they manipulate reality, how they defeat death, doing just some weird shit. Like getting you to believe that, a piece of doo-doo is better than, or a McDonald's meal, yes, is better than, a 12-course French 5-star Michelin star or whatever. Okay? And he's against that because they end up ruining Death's thing. So Death is on God's side in the universe. Death is a good one. Is a good thing in the universe. Unlike Azathoth, who is, the leader of the outer beings, and they have a war going on. So you got Carcino for life, and he's doing this. So now I can just sneak in whenever I want, however I want. And go on these live streams and change popular opinion and change things, just leaving comments. Okay? And YouTube is becoming, so there's something going on with all of that. There's, with the sports world, with Cat Williams jumping on, Shannon Sharp's show. He's a sportscaster, but he has black entertainers sometimes. Getting 60 million views. Then Monique, another black comedian, she comes on his show. She gets like 11 million views because, they were hip at that point. Cat Williams caught them when they were wide open, and he just busted them wide open, and then they got hip to it. And so Monique only has like 11 million views, even though she's saying a lot of the same things. But yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of just another thing that's going on. Like I said, it may not really be relevant. It might be relevant. We'll see. I don't know. But that's one thing I've kind of been doing lately, is just messing around with all that and, creating my own propaganda to go against their propaganda, that centers around the game of basketball, which I love. And anyways, so I'm